Howdy YouTube, Pixar Prime 10 here, and welcome to this. I know I don't do these very often. In fact, I don't think I've ever done one. This is a reaction video. Alright, blah blah blah, let's get through the stuff. I know I haven't posted in a while. There's a new Hess Truck. I want to give my thoughts on it because I do have some thoughts on it. But that is not why we're here today. None of that matters. This has to be big for me to do a reaction video. For me to literally sit down in front of my toys, the t-shirt and my Transformers hat on, to talk about this because I'm excited. Okay, little backstory. Way back when, in 2006, little 6-year-old me, 6 years old, 6 when the movie came out, saw the trailer for Cars, and I was like, oh, wow, I want to see that. I hadn't even seen the movie. It was a month of the movie. I got every toy, everything. I was so freaking excited to see this movie. I had all the t-shirts, and the day the movie came out, I went to see it, and I loved it. And since that day, June 6, 2006, it has been my all-time favorite movie. To this day, Cars is my favorite movie. I love Cars. Now, it's rivaled by a lot of other movies, like Transformers: Dark of the Moon, Back to the Future 3, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Toy Story, or Toy Story 2. It's rivaled by a lot of movies, but it still remains to be my favorite, or one of my favorite movies to this day. Loved it as a kid. I love it now. Had all the toys. It's just something, I was fascinated by it. Fast forward 12 years to 2012. Did I say 12? I meant 6. Fast forward 6 years to 2012, or really 2011, when I find out they're making Cars 2. I was ecstatic. I was through the roof. I was so excited. So excited. I was hyped. I had bought all the toys. I would listen to You Might Think from the Cars 2 soundtrack, and I'm in the car on the way to the theater. Little 12-year-old me, 12? I think 12 or 11, was super excited to see the sequel to his favorite movie, and I was jumping up and down in the car. I couldn't wait. I know a lot of people don't like Cars 2, but I love it. Not as much as Cars 1, but it's a fantastic movie in my opinion. And then, I still love them. Cars 1, Cars 2 have all the toys. I have a huge Cars collection, honestly, though. You guys have just never seen it. And then, fast forward to 2000, I think it was 16 at D23, when Pixar announces, or maybe I think it was 2015, where they announced Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, and Cars 3, baby. Oh yeah, I was like, Cars 3! I couldn't believe it. I did not think they'd make a Cars 3. I was ecstatic. It's my favorite Pixar movie, and they're making a third. Alright, Cars makes a lot of money because of the toys, so clearly it's not a hard decision, but oh my gosh, was I excited. And when John Lasseter officially came out and said it's going to focus on the memory of Doc Hudson, I was like, my favorite character from Cars 1, who wasn't even in Cars 2? Oh my god, I'm so excited. It's not going to focus on all that, not dumb, but secret agent stuff that some people didn't like. It's going to probably focus on racing. Woo! Yesterday, I'm filming this the day of, but it's not going to be up until the following day, Pixar released the Cars 3 teaser trailer, guys, and I was in the middle of school, and I was scrolling through Facebook, like my page on Facebook, if you haven't, Pixar Prime 10. I was scrolling through my Facebook, and there it was on Pixar's Facebook page, the Cars 3 teaser trailer. I clicked on it. It's like 40-something seconds long, and it's beautiful. This is it. This is my reaction video to it. It is a beautiful, beautiful trailer. The animation, now clearly with every Pixar movie, the animation is getting a little bit better because of the advancements in technology. That's a given. Toy Story 3, way better than Toy Story 1 or 2. Cars 2 even was way better than Cars. But this film, it looked like a real racing game on the PS4, or real NASCAR racing. It looks so crisp and real, and although it's not a cartoony style, I'm sure it will be in the movie, but it looks so good. And the fact that their first trailer is a Piston Cup race, it means they're right back to the style of the first movie, and that could not have me more excited. You see all the cars zooming by, blur, and most importantly, you see Lightning McQueen, baby, number 95, and he looks incredible. Now, the teaser is the cars zooming by, and then there's this one car who I'll get into later, but it's zooming, you see all the cars, and then in front, it does a quick pan of the cars going around a curve, and you see a little red blob in the front, it kind of zooms in, cuts, and there is Lightning McQueen zooming, but then you hear an announcer, like it's very, very muffled, McQueen's losing control or something like that, and you see him kind of start to drift side to side, just his tires, and then you see him go into a wall out of frame, and then it cuts to black, and then it fades up, and you just see smoke, and then McQueen tumbling through the air. all that in a teaser trailer, I know it doesn't seem like much, but I was freaking out. It looks incredible, first of all. But immediately I made a connection. They said it's going to focus on the memory of Doc Hudson. Doc Hudson is known for his crash in his Piston Cup racing career. In the first movie, Lightning McQueen finds out about his big wreck in I think it's 84, or 54, I'm sorry. His big wreck in 54, and Doc Hudson spun through we don't know this, but he wrecked, basically. And at the end of Cars, the King, Strip Weathers, wrecks. And it's kind of like a rehash of what happened with Doc. That's when Lightning really learns it's not all about winning, but whatever. So they say it's going to focus on the memory of Doc Hudson, and Lightning is tumbling through the air just like Doc did. Now, we've never seen Lightning crash before. That's why this is cool. So he's tumbling through the air, and I'm just going to share all my thoughts. I don't want this video to be long, but it probably will be. So I'm just literally hashing out all my thoughts on the trailer. So this is cool. We've never seen Lightning McQueen crash before, but he is messed up. He's missing a tire. There's the sparks and the debris that just comes out of the frame first, and then you see lightning come out of the top. Looks incredible. It's beautiful. Even though he's a wreck, and you can't see his mouth from the angle. It's that. Just watch the trailer, guys. And his eyes are closed, but he's tumbling through the air, and this is cool. And then it says, from this moment, everything will change. So what's cool about that is that it's going to focus on the memory of Doc. The thing that happened to Doc is happening to Lightning. Clearly, there's going to be some sort of connection there, and Lightning is going to make some connection, like, I don't know, I crashed. But yeah, and the trailer just looks beautiful. Now, something that I didn't know about was there was this talk of a new character named, I think, I may be wrong, called Storm Jackson, or Jackson Storm, one of those two. And there's a really non-looking NASCAR Sprint Cup, Piston Cup car that zooms through the pack. Clearly, you have all the nobody cars, and you see all those cars zooming, you know, with lightning in front, but you see this car that, to me, looks like Shu Todoroki from Cars 2, that just is kind of zooming through the pack, and he looks so cool. He's like a real, just awesome-looking car. And that's all we see of him in the trailer. You just see his back kind of going up, but then on the thumbnail for the trailer on YouTube, you see this black, the thumbnail is Lightning McQueen, just the corner of him with his tire. You can see a little bit of his eye. That's about it. And the whole side of him. And in the background is this black car who's kind of like, he's kind of making that kind of a face. And I don't know who that is, but if they wouldn't put him there if he wasn't important. So that's either Storm Jackson, Jackson Storm. And that's a new character, which is awesome. And I feel like he's going to play a role in the movie. And I feel like we're back in the Piston Cup, which is awesome. And I actually literally realized as I'm filming this, I have my Cars pillow that I lay on when I play games. But yeah, so it looks incredible. The animation, Pixar never ceases to wow me. You guys know how much I love Pixar, hence the Pixar Prime 10. But yeah, so Lightning, he's crashing. Now, everyone already on the internet is like, Lightning McQueen dies. He's not dying, guys. First of all, Doc had a crash, and the King had a crash. They didn't die. Cars have crashes. We've seen it before. He's not gonna die, guys, alright? It's Lightning McQueen. Not gonna die. Even though Mater was the focus Cars 2, Lightning McQueen can't die. I'm saying it right now. He can't. Let me propose my theory. I'm gonna lean on my Cars pillow here. Let me propose my theory for why Lightning McQueen can't die. Okay. Now, I thought to myself, is this a direct sequel to Cars 3? I don't think it is. I think Cars 3... Did I say Cars 3? I meant Cars 2. I think that Cars 3 is going to take place in between Cars 1 and Cars 2. Here's why. In the original movie, Lightning McQueen races in the Piston Cup. This is the logo for the Piston Cup racing series. In Cars 2, we find out Doc Hudson has passed away, and it has turned into the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup. Lightning has a new logo. The Piston Cup has a new look. It has Doc Hudson coming out of the top. So on all of the Piston Cup racers, they have that new Piston Cup logo that says the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup. So, in the trailer, Lightning McQueen still has this Piston Cup logo that we only saw in the first movie and was not in the second movie because it was gone. It no longer existed, but however, Lightning McQueen has this logo on his side in this new trailer. Now, I don't think it's an animation mistake. I don't think they just put it on Lightning for the trailer. I think it means something. So, what I think this means is Cars 2 hasn't happened yet, which I hope means Doc Hudson isn't dead yet, or if he is, they haven't made it the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup yet. So, in this movie, I don't think Cars 2 has transpired yet. But it's weird that it's Cars 3. I could be wrong. The thing that puzzles me is I don't know why they would place it in between the two movies. But if maybe they want to ignore what happened in Cars 2, I don't know. But because he has that original Racing Piston Cup logo, it makes me feel like it's after the first movie, he's still in the Piston Cup, and nothing from Cars 2 is happening yet. The Hudson Hornet Piston Cup is not a thing yet. So that's my personal theory as to where it's going to take place and why he can't die. I think if it is going to take place in between the two movies like I think it is, he can't die because he's in Cars 2, which becomes Cars 3 if Cars 3 is actually in between Cars 1 and Cars 2 and making it Cars 2. It's really confusing. I hope you get what I mean. If you don't, comment. If you do, tell me and be like, hey, I understand. But hopefully you get what I mean by this logo was not in Cars 2. But he has it in this new teaser trailer, which means it's still the Piston Cup, not the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup. So, other than that, there's nothing else we can really tell by the trailer. It's really similar to shots that we saw in the first movie, with the racing, where they recreated NASCAR shots. I love NASCAR, by the way. And you can't see anything else. It's beautiful shots of the cars racing by. I thought it looked good in 2006. 10 years later, in 2016, baby, it looks just as good. I can't believe it's been over 10 years since Cars came out. I actually feel old for the first time in my life. But, yeah, it looks beautiful, and just the shot of Lightning kind of losing control. Oh, and something I totally forgot to mention is Lightning has a completely new design from anything we've seen before. Not drastic, but in the first movie, we, of course, had this Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen, Lightning Bolt, very classic, Rusty's. And then in the second movie, he still had his Rusty's design, but the Lightning Bolt was a little bit different. It was an actual little bolt rather than the big one on the side, and it said the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup. And his other design was the World Grand Prix logo. So those are the three designs we've seen for Lightning. In this one, it's extremely similar to this one. He still has the Rusty's, the Lightning Bolt, the stickers on the side, the Piston Cup Racing Cup logo, like I mentioned. But what he does have is a newer Lightning Bolt. It starts out just like this one does on his side, and it goes back, but it transpires into flames, which I think is awesome. Now, his name's Lightning McQueen, but it turns into flames, and there's flames going through it, and that's all I can see for the difference, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. I love the way it looks. Speaking of his look, he has the older spoiler, of course, the one that just goes up, and that's ripped right off in this crash scene. He's tumbling through the air in slow motion. You can see it flying off of him. He has no tire. It is amazing looking, and Lightning McQueen's going to crash, and because it's their first trailer for the movie, and that's what they decided to put in it, and they say, from this moment, everything will change, I have a feeling this crash has a pretty big part in this movie, and because John Lasseter, the director himself, said it's going to focus on the memory of Doc Hudson, I don't know. I feel like Doc and this crash are going to have some big connection, and maybe that's why they name it the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup, and maybe it is taking place before Cars 2, and I'm just confused, but the bottom line is I am freaking excited. Cars is my favorite movie, and I have waited so long to get to return to these characters, see them again. I'm excited, guys. It means new toys. Oh god, I am just so excited for this film. It comes out, get this, it comes out this June. It said, or maybe I think it's June, but at the end, the little teaser that was in the Cars-shaped logo said coming, or it just said summer 2017. So I think it means June. I think it's slated for June, but I could be wrong. But you want to know what else comes out summer 2017? Transformers 5, baby. That is 2 sequels to two of my two favorite movie franchises, Transformers and Cars. 2 sequels this summer, and what's crazy about that is Transformers 3 came out the same month as Transformers 2, Transformers 3 and Cars 2 came out the same month, the same year, so it's kind of like it's repeating again, except Transformers got one more movie in between. But yeah, that's all about, I can sum up, that's my theory of when it's going to take place, the Piston Cup, how it's going to relate to the memory of Doc Hudson. It looks beautiful, and you know it got me excited because I did a reaction video, and I've never done a reaction video before. Yes, I know, there's a new Hess Truck, I'll review it, I promise. The 2015 one admittedly has been filmed for months. I'm actually just an awful person and haven't uploaded it yet. Please forgive me for that. It's coming, so is 2016, and I may do a 2016 reaction video because I have to share my opinions on that truck before I review it. I'm also just thrilled that it's back in the Piston Cup world, the racing world. Hopefully there'll be some great stuff in there, and I'm just excited for this movie. Tell me in the comments if you are too. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. I've got quite the wide range now. We've got Twitter at PixarPrime10, Instagram at PixarPrime10, and the PixarPrime10 Facebook page, and the PixarPrime10 Tumblr. Those are 4 things that you can follow and go like and get pictures and updates from me. My Instagram is honestly one of the best because I post really, in my opinion, good, cool photos that I take myself of Transformers and other cool stuff. It's really awesome. And of course, Twitter to keep up with what I'm doing, and blah, blah, Facebook, Tumblr. Facebook is the next most important after that, and then Tumblr's okay. But yeah, and then, of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys very much for watching. This has been a reaction video to the Cars 3 teaser trailer. I'm hyped. Let me know if you are too. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to have yourselves a great day.